Greetings. Today we're very proud to inaugurate a new series of podcasts here at Thomas Nelson Community College. We're going to be focusing on what the college is doing for our military and veteran population. My name is Gary Pounder. I'm the Assistant Director for Veterans Recruiting, Retention, and Advising here at Thomas Nelson, part of our military team. And we strive, of course, to provide the highest level of service to help our military, our veterans, dependents, retirees, everybody with a military affiliation achieve their educational goals through the programs and services we have here at Thomas Nelson Community College. And of course, it's no secret that the military population is very important here on the Tidewater Peninsula. Within 15 miles of where I'm sitting here on the Hampton campus, we have 5 major military installations representing all the branches of service. It's one of the most diverse military populations in the country. In fact, we have 25,000 active duty personnel alone that are stationed here on the Tidewater Peninsula, more that make their home here but are stationed at bases on the south side, down the Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Virginia Beach area. And when you factor in the other folks that have a military affiliation, again, retirees, veterans, dependents, spouses, our military population around here comes to well over 100,000 people. And in fact, here at Thomas Nelson, depending on the term, we have anywhere from 1 in 4 to 1 in 5 students has some kind of military affiliation. So again, a very important part, a very vital part of our student body. We're very proud to say we've been serving the military community for over 50 years here at Thomas Nelson, and we look forward to continuing that service for many, many years to come. Well, for our first podcast today, we're going to be talking about some events that we have coming up aimed at our military community in the weeks and months ahead. And the first event we're going to be talking about is actually going to happen today, and it's called Bionic. And to tell us more about it, I'm going to turn things over to Brandy Weaver, who is our military financial manager here at Thomas Nelson, helping our vets get their VA benefits lined up. And Brandy, along with her colleague Kathy Carbaugh, have been the movers and shakers in getting this new event called Bionic up and going here at Thomas Nelson. So Brandy, if you can, tell us more about exactly what Bionic entails.
Hi, thank you, Gary. I'm Brandy Weaver, and Bionic stands for Believe It or Not, I Care. It is a global event celebrated on September 9th of every year, and we are the first college on the East Coast to be participating. The event is sponsored by Sandy Austin, and it was started in 2004 in response to 4 suicides of students. So today we're going to be going out and surprising some people. And to tell you more about this, I'm going to pass this over to Miss Kathy Carbaugh.
Hi, my name is Kathy Carbaugh, and I'm excited about this event today. We're going to recognize some businesses and some people who've really come alongside Thomas Nelson Community College in support of our veterans and their families. We've picked some small businesses, we picked some people that have just been significant in showing gratitude and encouraging our students. And I'm just looking forward to surprising them. We haven't told them that we're coming. And so I'm just excited that we will be able to express our gratitude and show them that we care about them, just like they've showed us that they cared.
You know, a couple of questions, ladies, about the Bionic event today. I know you want to make it a surprise and don't want to give away, who you're going to be surprising later on today. But in deciding who you're going to recognize and honor for their support of your programs here at TNCC, what were some of the criteria you used? What were you looking for in these individuals, these businesses, in deciding, these are the people we want to recognize and honor for their support of veterans and those programs here at Thomas Nelson?
When we were thinking about who to choose for this, we looked at what has the company, the business, or the person or department, what have they done for Thomas Nelson and for the community as a whole? Thinking about one in particular that has really had a huge impact on how we operate during COVID-19 in the Veterans Services Office, and a business that has donated to our Veterans Services Center before. So that's some of those that we looked at. Kathy?
And as far as individuals, we just looked at individuals who just, especially since COVID and being off of the campus, who have continued to do their jobs with a smile. They greet us when we are on campus. We miss being on campus as much as our students do, and we wanted to make sure that people at Thomas Nelson knew that we had been watching, and that significantly that we wanted to say thank you and show our gratitude to their service to us and to our students.
You know, I'm thinking it must have been a really tough choice, or choices that you had to make, because obviously we're in the middle of a very huge military community, in fact, the biggest in the country here at Hampton Roads. And there are so many businesses out there that are geared towards supporting our military population. And here on campus, again, so many staff members that work very hard for our military affiliated students every day. So was it really tough, again, to say, you know, how do we narrow this down to the handful of the folks and the businesses we think that are truly most deserving?
I felt like we had a big list and we narrowed it down, but the reason we narrowed it down is because the ones that we picked were shining stars. They had really been significant in supporting us and our military.
Now, again, we can't say who's going to get surprised later on today, but when you do show up and surprise them, what are some of the goodies? What's some of the rewards you're going to be giving to the folks who made that final cut?
So they will be getting a gift bag, some Thomas Nelson goodies, a card that shows we care, and also we'll be taking pictures and posting them on different social media platforms.
You see this becoming a regular event? It seems like something that, you know, to a sense is probably overdue, and, you know, maybe something that we would want to continue in the future.
Yes, this goes hand in hand with some other initiatives that we've done for Veterans Day in the past by doing cards to veterans. We have also participated in shoe boxes for troops. So this kind of goes along with what we've been doing from the get-go. And it's just one more thing for us to add each year.
Sure. And one more question kind of in this area for you. I know, again, the two of you are very instrumental in bringing Bionic to the Thomas Nelson campus. In fact, we are the first school on the East Coast to have this particular program. What was it that attracted you to the program? What was it that made you say, you know, this is really something I think would work well on the Thomas Nelson campus, and this is something we ought to devote some time and effort into making a part of the calendar here at TNCC?
I think it's because we really want our students to know that we care, and that we really appreciate their support. As I have grown in my life, I started a few years ago writing down every day 3 things that I'm thankful for. And some days you don't think that there's 3 good things, but what the practice of showing gratitude and showing that I care has helped me to have a better mindset. And so that's been important to me as an individual, to really express gratitude and to think positively. And by thinking positively, I'm able to express that better to other people too.
And I've got to think this is really important in the time that we're living in right now, with the pandemic still raging around the country, and so many people, especially college students who may be away from home, may be isolated, living by themselves. You know, they need to have that connection. They need to feel that sense that someone, in fact, does care, even if it is someone at the, you know, college that they're attending. Well, let's talk a little bit about some other events that are coming up. We always have a very successful and extensive Veterans Day commemoration here at Thomas Nelson. As we're taping this here today, we're about 2 months away from Veterans Day, but I know the planning for the Veterans Day celebration is already well underway. Brandy, if you and Kathy would maybe tell us about some of the events that we have coming up on Veterans Day, November 11th, and what we can expect here on the Thomas Nelson campus.
We have events starting up on November 1st. So November 1st is going to do our kickoff to the 1,000 steps a day for veterans. This is going to total a total of 10,000 steps by the time we get to November 11th. Also, kicking off on November 1st, we will be gathering items for our annual Veterans Day art show, which is headed by Miss Kathy Carville, and she can talk more about that.
My past in art, I graduated with a photography and graphic design degree, and in my classes I had military students and veterans who joined me, and I realized that they have so much to give us in the art department. I think that sometimes we don't even think on those levels. But one of the things that I presented, this will be our third art show, I presented that we need to display and encourage our military affiliated students to show their art. And so in the last 2 years, we've actually had them bring their physical pieces to the campus, and we've displayed them in prominent places, and we've had them, and they've been encouraged to share their things. This year, because of the pandemic, we've had to make some adjustments. And so we are encouraging all of our military affiliated students at Thomas Nelson. We're encouraging our alumni, we're encouraging our staff, we're encouraging our faculty. The parameters of the art is you just have to be affiliated with Thomas Nelson in some way, form, or fashion. And we're just asking that you do a PowerPoint slide about who you are. And then we're also asking that you take pictures or present photographs in electronic form to us so that you can participate in this event. And we will be posting that virtual event on November 11th.
Okay. So it's going to be a virtual art show this year.
Yep.
You were talking about the pandemic a moment ago, and obviously that's impacting all types of events, not only at Thomas Nelson, but literally across the country. What kind of accommodations are having to be made in terms of events? I know in the past, for example, we've had live guest speakers here on campus in relation to Veterans Day. I would assume, for example, that maybe that speaker this year is going to be appearing by Zoom. What other accommodations, if any, other changes are being forced on the Veterans Day program by the pandemic?
So on Veterans Day, we do typically have a speaker on campus. This year, we will be doing a Zoom session at 11 o'clock on the 11th. And during that, we will have a speaker, but we will also be holding a moment of silence at 11:11. And this moment of silence is going to recognize Veterans Day. In addition, it is going to be recognizing September 11th, because we will have some folks joining us from the West Coast, and that time is 9 o'clock, 9/11. So it's going to be a good event. We're hoping that's going to be very huge. We're broadcasting it to the VCCS. In addition, we're having a military family night on November 13th. This was normally, again, held on campus. This year, it's going to be virtual through Zoom, and we will have a DJ that's going to be playing through Zoom. We're going to encourage people to get out there and dance and post their dancing, post their pictures, write in their comments. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. And we should point out, too, again, that, while it is obviously themed around Veterans Day, our military population, those who are served, these events are open to everybody. And we certainly encourage the entire campus community, and for that matter, the wider community, to take part as they can in this event. And I guess one more event we need to plug while we're talking here today is something we tried for the first time last year at our Williamsburg campus. We're trying it again this year at Sandy Bottom Nature Park here in Hampton, just literally across the road from the Hampton campus. And that is our second annual Veterans Volksmarch. We know that many folks who served overseas, especially in Europe, are familiar with Volksmarch. They are recreational walks, very popular in Europe. Many folks who were stationed overseas in the 70s, 80s, and 90s would take part in them on the weekend. And we're very proud here at Thomas Nelson to partner with a local Volksmarching club called the Peninsula Pathfinders. And we're going to be sponsoring this year's Volksmarch at Sandy Bottom on Veterans Day, Wednesday, November 11th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to offer a variety of options. We know that not everybody wants to walk the same distance. So we'll have a 10K walk, we'll have a 5K walk, and then we'll probably have a 1K fun walk. And on top of that, and this kind of ties in with something that I think that Brandy was talking about earlier, we'll also have the virtual option. Many people don't really feel comfortable going outside right now, being in groups for fear of the pandemic. So the virtual option, you'll be able to sign up for the Volksmarch, which you'll be able to do your steps inside your house on a treadmill, for example, walking around your neighborhood at another venue, but still take part in the event. Still, if you pay the registration fee, get the t-shirt and everything along with that. So you can be a part of the Volksmarch, but you won't necessarily have to be at Sandy Bottom Nature Park on 11 November to be a part of that event. And again, we're very excited. We had a very good turnout last year in Williamsburg. We had great weather. We're crossing our fingers and toes and hoping we have the same thing again this year. And again, it's just one more way to honor those who served with our Volksmarch coming up here in November. Is there anything else that you would like to cover while we're talking here in our inaugural podcast about events, services for our VA students, events that are coming up here between now and Veterans Day? What can we expect over the next couple of months from your section of the team?
At this time, I will say our Veterans Day events, keep lookout on the website and keep a lookout on social media for what's going, the upcoming events. And be on the lookout for notifications from our office on enrolling for the spring semester.
And for me, I'm the advisor for the Student Veterans of America student group here at Thomas Nelson. I'm also the advisor for the Salute Honor Society. This is a veterans-only honor society. As I have been Zooming with our students, they have expressed to me the need for getting together. So we're hoping, and I've been discussing with them by the end, within the next couple of weeks, we're going to try to have some just Zoom meetings and we're going to send out an email encouraging them to join us. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we talked about when we were actually on campus, some of the needs that Brandy, as far as the academic side, but we found that getting together encouraged and networked our veteran students, and they really enjoyed getting together. The transition from the military to being a student is difficult. And we found just having an open kind of coffee time and discussing, what did you do that made it better? What can we do as a group to do things together? So I'm looking forward to having those Zoom meetings potentially on Fridays, just as an open forum to get together and at least see each other on Zoom until we can actually be back on the campus.
Those meetings really sound like a great idea, Kathy. One quick question though, supposing someone can't make those Zoom sessions, what is the best way for a veteran or VA eligible student who's looking to get back in school, use his or her benefits? What's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
Our phone number is 825-3442, and our email address is va@tncc.edu. And when I'm speaking on the phone, because I have a bad connection at home, I say Victor Alpha, because that's one of the things I learned with my husband being a Navy sailor. So I do tell that to them. If you want a face-to-face type meeting, you can go to Navigate and you can request a meeting with one of us. I'm doing most of those meetings right now, but it's been a good way just to communicate with the students. I do some prep work and send emails out before I meet with them so that we can use our 30 minutes really to address specifically what the students need up and coming.
Sounds great. And I should point out too, I work primarily with the active duty population. If you're currently on active duty, member of the Guard and Reserve, looking to maybe continue your education, start school, and use your TA benefits, you can contact me. My email address is my last name, Pounder, P as in Paul, O-U-N-D-E-R, first initial G, G as in golf, at tncc.edu. And my phone number is 757-825-2938. Again, the phone number, 757-825-2938. Ladies, before we wrap things up here, any final words for our audience?
Just want you to know that we care and we are here for you. You do not have to do life alone.
Very well said. And again, we want to thank you for listening to our inaugural military podcast here at Thomas Nelson. Much more content to follow in the months ahead. And on behalf of Brandy and Kathy, I'm Gary Pounder. We hope you have a good day.